Hi everyone, it's Ashley and welcome to Food for Life tonight. I don't know if some of you saw my social media posts earlier today. I know some of you were expecting Gina DeStefano to come on and talk about mom bombs, which we will have her another day, absolutely, but she is a little under the weather, but we have some equally fabulous guests on tonight. It is Christy Perry. She's a co-founder of Keysocks. Now, ladies, they have a solution for things that we have been trying to figure out for so long. Now, I did promise you it is February. It is a very cold February. I don't know if any of you have seen the news. I'm a little mad at the groundhog. He is telling us that we have 6 more weeks of winter. And let me tell you, it has been so cold. Although today is the first day that it started off above zero instead of below zero here in New England. So I'm a little happy about that. Now, I thought we'd do something a little different today. Since it's been so cold, I want to start off with a lovely drink. So, I was thinking, what is more fun this time of year than hot cocoa? So I'm going to turn on and get our pan going. I have some cacao in there, which I like the cacao because of the health benefits. And a little later, we'll talk about the difference between the cacao and the cocoa, but essentially it's the unprocessed part. And I'm going to start with a nut milk. So you can choose any nut milk of your choice. I have almond milk that I just put a little bit of vanilla into. And the almond milk gives it like a nutty flavor. You can use cashew milk. You can use hazelnut milk. I actually had a latte from a local coffee place the other day that it was a hazelnut milk, which I didn't even know they had. Go figure. And a macadamia nut one. They're making nut milks out of everything. So we're going to just stir that. And we are going to put in a little bit of maple syrup for sweetness because the cacao isn't sweetened. Neither is the nut milk that I use. Don't buy the sweetness. We want to control our sugar and our fat and anything that we make. So the maple syrup is pure local maple syrup that I have, and it gives that nice smoky flavor. Put that in. Now, the fun part to this drink is this is where the adult portion comes in. We are going to be adding that nice hazelnut liqueur to it, the kind that makes it taste like, that lovely Italian hazelnut spread that everyone loves. So we're going to just let this come to a little simmer. It should take about a minute or two. There you go. And you can see it'll get nice, rich, and chocolatey. And we'll let the powder dissolve, the cocoa powder. I don't know, it just takes a couple of minutes, nothing too major. And you don't want it to come to a full boil. You want it to come to more of a rolling boil because you will scald your milk. Even if you're using regular milk, it'll scald. So you never want milk to come to a full boil, even when you're making a cheese sauce. So don't do that. Now, you can, before you shut it off to serve it, you can put the liqueur in, or you can just put it in individual cups. I personally like to put it in so it gets nice warming, and that way you can feel it throughout. So I got about 2 ounces. This is going to make about 2.5 cups. Now be careful with an open flame if you're going to pour in any alcohol because it can ignite if you have drips, and we don't want that. So you can always take it off the burner. Oh, this looks fabulous and rich. All right. I have my cute little sleigh riding cocoa mug for you. And we're going to just put some of this into a cup. Oh, yummy. Nice, rich, thick, coated. Oh boy. This is what you need on a cold night. Ooh. I'm going to show you in the camera if you can see. Can we see? Is it high enough? How thick? It literally looks like melted chocolate. That's how come you know something's good. Now, after these messages from our sponsor, we'll be right back with Christy Perry, the co-founder of Keysock. Let's see.
Champagne Rendezvous is handcrafted totally naturally, made from organic grapes, exclusively in Premier Cru vineyards in Champagne, France. We craft everything naturally from vine to bottle. no chemical fertilizer, no fungicide, no pesticide, crafted with very low sugar also as well. We go beyond organic and we craft the champagne totally naturally from vines to cellar. Here you will find champagne that is much more digest, that is much more aromatic, that is vibrant, and that really represents the place that where the champagne is made. The champagne that you want to have for all your occasion. Grab your bottles for your holidays and come and cheers with us. Santé.
Did you love that message from our sponsors? That's Fiona Perrin, the owner of Champagne Rendezvous, a good friend of the show, just to let you all know. And you know, champagne is wonderful on these cold nights as well. Now let's welcome Christy into our conversation. Welcome, Christy. How are you?
Hi. How are you? Thank you for having me.
I'm happy to have you. I am great. Just enjoying some nice, happy hot cocoa to keep me warm this evening.
Right? We're getting a storm too. So I'm in Cincinnati, Ohio, and our kids probably don't have school tomorrow because there's a huge ice storm coming. So hot cocoa.
Ours is moving in the day after. So whatever you get is coming our way.
Yes, it is.
So now Christy was telling me that she started the company with her sister Shelby.
Yeah.
And why don't you tell me a little bit about your company, Keysocks, and what you do and how it started?
Okay. So my sister and I grew up in Cincinnati and always been big Bengals fans, which is super exciting because they're going to the Super Bowl. And so in 2009, Shelby was getting ready to go to the Bengals game. It was a cold, chilly Sunday, and she wanted to wear cute flats, still stay stylish, and wear jeans. And she always opted for tennis shoes, and she wanted to do something different, but she didn't own any footy socks, and she kept thinking, I'm going to freeze. So she put on a pair of knee-high dress socks and slipped on her flats, and she said, I can't wear it like that. I don't want my sock to show. And so, footy socks always slip in your shoe, and we end up going sockless and causing blisters and, sweaty feet. So, so she cut a hole out of the top of, the dress sock and couldn't see it. Sock stayed in place, and she went to the game, and voila, what do you know? She was so comfortable, so warm. She still looked stylish. She was able to wear her flats. And so her friend at the game, a very good friend of ours, who's a huge Bengals fan, Shelby's last name is McKee. And she kept saying, oh, those aren't MacGyver socks. Those are McKeever socks. So Shelby kept calling them McKeever socks. And, the game ended, and she, approached our dad and said, I think I'm onto something. She Google searched for months, knee-high no-show socks, and nothing had been created. So she got the idea, she ran with it, and, it took years in the making. So we decided to shorten the name McKeever. I said, there's no way anyone's going to remember that name. So we shortened it to Keysocks because, every key has a hole, key and hole lock. And so we call them Keysocks, and we launched in 2012. So we are going on year 10.
Wow.
Yeah.
So are you the marketing genius then, if you came up with this shortening the name of the company?
Yeah, I mean, you know what? Shelby is kind of just, she goes out there and she's kind of made all these connections, and I do all the back end stuff. I do all the computer stuff, any of the spreadsheets and all the inventory stuff. And she basically says, you know what? I come up with it. I, present it to you. I'll fillet it, and then I present it, and voila, we have something great. So,
well, there you go. You need to have a balance in a partnership.
Yeah. And we're lucky because we're sisters. We're just so different, but we work so well together. Which is great.
That could go a few different ways working with your family, right?
Oh, yeah. But we're really lucky. So, our parents have been such a support. And we have an older sister, too. She lives in Florida. So Shelby and I are in Cincinnati, and we run the business out of Cincinnati. And it's been quite a roller coaster ride. But we are just so happy to, when you finally find something, a product that solves a problem that women have had for years, there was no stopping us. We're like, we're going to go with this. And we've had amazing press. When we first launched, we were featured on Real Simple as, 6 items to simplify women's lives. BuzzFeed has featured us. The Today Show featured us. And then forever, we, kept trying to get on Good Morning America Deals and Steals. And we finally got a yes. I would say that was probably 4 years ago. And we've been featured several times, and we're going to be featured on March the 2nd on Deals and Steals.
Well, that's great. I actually love that segment on GMA. I love when they have the beauty stuff, because if there's something I wanted to try that was like way too expensive and they have a deal when it comes to the beauty stuff, I'm always like, yes, I'll buy it today, because now I'll be able to try it. Or if I find something like cute for my nieces or nephews, or sometimes there's something on there like your socks that we never knew we needed or was even out there.
Right.
So it's totally amazing kind of thing. Now, I thought there was something really cool about your socks that you were telling me about, and something that I really am attracted to is that there's these inspirational sayings on the bottom of your socks.
Yeah. So we, here, I'll show everybody. So here's, I don't know if you can see.
There you go.
In the full screen, but here is, the top of the foot that's cut out, and then it's a knee high. And then that's our logo on the back. It's the key. And then we decided to do all inspirational sayings. So when, women get up in the morning and we want to get dressed and feel great about our day. So that says conquer from within. And we have, let's see what else. So we did a higher cut for, tennis shoes, sneakers, boots, booties that we love. And these say weekend vibes, which is
like
super fun. So these are higher cut. You can see. So for sneakers, they're higher cut, on the toe. And then you can wear them with heels.
And I never would have thought to wear them with heels.
Yeah. So, if you want to wear heels and not go sockless, the knee high just keeps it in place and they don't slip.
Yeah. I'm either I don't wear anything at all with them, or I end up wearing tights, because obviously, living in a cold climate, it's either tights because it's below 0, or you don't wear anything at all because it's like 1,000 degrees outside.
Exactly. Yeah.
There's no in between. Now, this is a true family business. Your father's an investor. You work with your sister. Now, have you put your children to work yet?
Oh, we have. We really have. So, it's just Shelby and I. And, after COVID, we moved everything in our home. So we actually work out of my sister Shelby's home. Mm-hmm. And, when we do these sales and we get on and we're like, hey, guys, you need to come help us, because we do all our fulfillment. We do have a warehouse. But, we can bring them, with us, and we say, come on after school, you can help us, pick and pack and ship. And it's been great. We're lucky.
Well, teenagers always get an after school job. Why not just make it part of the family business instead?
Right. Yeah. And you know what they also have done? So we do, all our photo shoots. Mm-hmm. So let's see. This is probably maybe one of our kids.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the pictures you sent me, I didn't see any kids in them, actually.
Well, they're, let's see, 16, 17.
Oh, wow.
And 19. So these are just kind of fun shots of, just showing kind of the sock. It doesn't show the utility, but yeah.
So now, I have a friend who's a photographer, and she tells me that her kids, whenever she wants to test something out or take photos, that it's almost like a punishment now because she's used them so much in things. Is this like a punishment when you ask to use them in promotional photos?
Oh, yeah. I mean, because we say, they have way many, more followers. They do TikTok, and we've just started a TikTok, and we're like, can you help us learn how to do this TikTok thing? And it's like, oh, yeah, I'll do that, tomorrow. So we really do kind of have to push them.
I know. I feel like I'm getting old. There's so many new things that people need to focus on. You need to plan out and to film content. For businesses, people don't realize that to film consistent content, you need to be consistent all the time. Like my food
Right.
stuff that I show for the show, for my business, Bella Foodie, for anything that I do, it's all planned out. Like I plan everything and to make sure to film all that and to get everything right. Very rarely will I just like randomly show anything.
Right. Yeah.
Like you have to get, like everyone just thinks it's so much fun to just go do that. But all those people that are so successful plan it. So have you been planning any fun TikTok days, or are the kids still teaching you?
They're teaching us for now. But for February, so everyone said, well, what about a lower cut sock that's not knee high?
Mm-hmm.
The knee high is so great, and that's the point of Keysocks, is that over the knee and then over the calf is what really makes it stay in place and keep it. If you can see it here, it keeps it up here, and it doesn't slide down to the top of the ankle. But we decided to go with it, and we created low keys, so they are more of like an ankle length.
Mm-hmm.
So we did a bunch of different fun colors. So we have the basic colors, and then we have these really kind of fun reddish orange, like corally orange red color. So
like
for Valentine's Day, what we're going to do is we're going to any purchase that's made on keysocks.com, we're going to throw in a free pair of the red low keys throughout the whole month of February.
This is the right link, right? Did I just put up the right link? Can you see that?
Yep, that's perfect.
Okay. She sent me a bunch of stuff today. So normally I have all this stuff worked out. So everyone just bear with us today. But you have some really cool stuff. Like I like that you're doing this. And you have the cute little baby ones. They're so cute.
Oh, let me show you. So we decided, baby socks always fall off their feet. So it's kind of funny.
They're so cute.
So these actually stay put on the baby's feet.
I mean, I can't imagine. I have like my cousins and my nieces and nephews. I have like put baby socks back on them when they were small. Like I think it's like a rule that you must lose a baby sock.
Always. And these truly don't come off their feet. They can maybe pull the toes out, but then they are stuck with this little part on their ankle. And it looks so cute. They've got like the little baby stickies on the bottom. So they're kind of grippy. They're called baby keys. They're so cute.
Well, that actually I think may be a better problem to solve than actually solving women's problems for shoes, because I think every new parent that's like gone out with their kids and come home with like one sock on the baby has been like, now where is it? It's not in the stroller. It's not in the car. Where did it go?
Right. Constantly lost.
Now, I think I know somebody that might need those for, I have a baby shower, a virtual baby shower to attend next month. I think I might need to get a pair. I hope.
Oh, absolutely. That's so cute.
I have to get them some. Now, they are really great. Like you were talking to me about the fabrics, like you have compression. And the thing that fascinated me the most was, okay, let me see if I can get this right. You said it's 32% coffee charcoal blend. Can you explain to me how that works?
Yeah. So when we first started Keysocks, we just started with one fabric, one size, 2 colors. It was just black and nude, really with the basics. And our original are amazing. They're a little bit of a thicker fabric than this. And those have Cool Max Ultra Fresh. So wicks the moisture, keeps your feet dry. They're super soft. And then, our customers were loving them. And they said, what about coming up with something a little bit lighter weight? And so we worked with the factory and we came up with our classic light Keysocks. And they're 32% charcoal coffee. And so what they do is they kind of take the fibers and blend them down, and it is antimicrobial, wicks moisture, keeps the odor away, and it cools and actually warms your feet. Which is so
Those
amazing.
are always important things for like, sweaty socks and shoes. Like no matter whether your feet sweat or not, depending on what shoes you're on, but like any shoes, like antimicrobial and bacterial, like there could be anything in them. So it's always a good thing to have.
Yeah.
So I love the
fabrics
compression.
are amazing.
I love that you have a compression line, because that could be for old, young, working out. It could be for people that have health problems. That could be for anyone, really.
Yeah. I mean, nurses, hairstylists that are on their feet all day long, travel. And they're not medical grade, so it's just like the 15 to 20 mmHg. So they're just like a lightweight
What that
compression.
means? I don't think everyone knows what that means.
So the mmHg is like the I guess it's like the stitching of the fibers, so the higher the mmHg is, the more compression that it's going to offer your legs. So people that need medical grade would need a higher grade compression. So up into like the 30s and 40s.
So 30s and 40s is as high as it goes, right? At least for
I honestly don't know as high as it goes, but I know 15 to 20 is like the lowest grade. It's not medical grade.
Now, I was talking to you earlier about some of the fun things you've done in like donations and things and charities you've worked with in the past. Can you tell me a little bit about what you guys did this fall and some of the charities you've worked with over the years?
Yes. So this fall, we have a friend that's up in Cleveland, Ohio, and he does every October, he does a fundraiser for Socktober. And he gets as many people to donate as many socks as they can, and they go to all the homeless shelters. So we donated, I believe, like 150 pairs of Keysocks that went out to the homeless shelters up in the Cleveland area. And that was amazing. And then several years ago, we partnered with a foundation called the Gabrielle's Angel Foundation. So Denise Rich is a singer-songwriter out of New York, and her daughter passed away of cancer. And so every year she does a ball that raises funds for the Gabrielle Angel Foundation, which goes towards blood cancer research. And so we partnered with them, and we created a sock, and it was actual sock that had, rather than having our key on the back, we did the cutest, their angel logo, their logo on the back. And so all sales of the angel socks went to their foundation. So all the proceeds.
That's great. And I love that you donated to a local charity and you worked with some really amazing people. Now, I did see on your website that there's some wonderful reviews, and you were telling me that you worked with Daymond John.
Yep. So I would say probably 5 years ago, Shelby was asked to come on to Good Morning America on Times Square. And they were doing a spinoff of Shark Tank called Shark Tank Your Life. And so they brought 3 entrepreneurs on to Times Square, and they had 6 seconds or under to sell their idea to Daymond John, their idea. And so they narrowed it down to 2. So it was Shelby against another guy that had created a coffee mug that keeps your donut warm. And so you can see it if you Google search Keysock. So it has like a little lid, and I guess you can just sit your donut on top of the coffee mug. He pitched, then Shelby pitched. And do I have the picture? You know what? I have this. So this was Shelby on
Today's show. I see Good Morning America. Wow, she's been on a lot of places.
Yeah. And then that's Shelby and I on Good Morning America, probably in 2019.
Is that Jamie Lee Curtis in that photo?
Yes. So we ran into her. We were at a trade show in Vegas, and she's the one that said, you know what you need is a compression no-show sock. So what did we do? We created.
You came up with a compression. Well, if Jamie Lee Curtis comes up with the idea and tells you should, why not?
Yes. So
did you send her a pair?
Well, Shelby actually gave her a pair. It was at the Starbucks in the hotel. And Shelby had a pair. She said, oh my gosh, I need to give you a pair of my invention. And she had just had ankle surgery. And she said, this is what you need to come up with, or, compression no-show. So, researched that and came up with the compression. And so with the Daymond John, we ended up, he has a branding company. Since we weren't on actual Shark Tank, we ended up fast forward about a year after that happened, we partnered with his branding company called the Shark Group.
Okay.
So right before COVID, we went to the show in Vegas, and we were going to, launch into mass, large retail, grocery stores, pharmacy, that kind of thing. And so we were going to do like 10 to 12 of his products was going to be as seen on Shark Tank. And went to the show. The buyers, loved Keysocks. They loved all his products. And then we get back from Vegas and COVID hit. So all the buyers just kind of went radio silent. And so, everything's kind of taken a turn, for hard buying for, big retail brick and mortar stores. So we kind of put that on the back burner, and we just are launching on Nordstrom.com.
Oh, Nordstrom. Well, there you go.
Yeah, which is super exciting. And they're just getting all of our SKUs put up. I think you can find 2 of our SKUs on Nordstrom.com right now, but they're getting ready to put all of our SKUs up. So we sell 3 packs on Nordstrom.com, which is super exciting. And then Shop HQ is a 3rd tier of QVC that's based out of Minneapolis, and we're ready to launch on their.com as well. And it's super exciting.
So you have to go out to like the QVC or Home Shopping Network and have to do one of those like sales on air eventually?
Well, so we did go on QVC several years ago. And then for Shop HQ, they'll bring us up, and then they'll do, bring us on live, and hopefully, we'll work with the host. And Shelby's already had the on-air training.
Okay.
Which is super exciting.
Are you excited about going to do that, or are you nervous to be like there for like an hour, however long it is for you to go talk to, like, you really don't know who you're talking to, really?
No, it's just so exciting because, if you really think about our product, it's so great to be able to, show the utility of it.
Mm-hmm.
For it to sit on a shelf, you look at it and you go, well, I mean, okay, it's a knee-high no-show sock, but, why knee-high? But if you can explain it on air and say, okay, well, what, this is how it works. You can wear it with all different shoes, different pant styles, and really explain, what makes them so unique.
So what did you and Shelby do before this? Like, what were your jobs before this, other than, you said you guys were mostly stay-at-home moms, but you guys must have done other work before this.
Yes. So I graduated with a marketing degree from Xavier University. And then I was a concierge at a hotel for a long time. And then just, once I got married and had kids, I was a stay-at-home mom. And Shelby was a travel agent for a long time, and then stay-at-home mom as well. So, when she cut the hole out in 2009, I figure, 12 years ago, the kids were young. They were 5 and 6, 7. So they were young. So we were stay-at-home moms. And we've made it work. And we're not stopping until we get them a pair in every woman's sock drawer.
Well, that is a very ambitious plan, I have to say.
It is.
Every woman's sock drawer.
Yes. Everybody could use a pair or 2.
Well, we can all use a pair of good socks for every season.
Right.
I really appreciate you coming on. Is there any last things you want to say or share with us? Do you want to go over the promo one more time before we say goodbye?
Sure. So if you go to our website, so it's we put up it's promo.keysocks.com.
Yes.
If you go to our site, make any purchase, 1 pair, however many pairs you want to buy, we're going to add in a free pair of our low-key red pair for Valentine's Day. And we're going to make that live all the way through the end of February. So you have time. And follow us on Instagram. If you're on Instagram, it's just the handle's Keysocks. And Facebook. And just tell your friends. And once you try them, read the reviews. They're fabulous.
Well, I think that sounds like a nice gift for Valentine's Day for maybe your mom or sister or someone, or some, healthcare worker that, stays on their feet all day. It might be a good thing to get them.
And they're a good price point. So they start at 10. So the low keys are 10 and the compression are 16. And so basically between 10 and 16. And then if you buy 3 pairs, the price goes down.
Well, that sounds like a deal to me. Thank you, Christy, for joining me. And hopefully next time your sister can come and join us as well.
I hope so too. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Now, everyone, I will be back after this message from our sponsors, and we will get cooking with some more chocolate recipes for Chocolate Week. Well, actually, it's more like Chocolate Month. I have some savory ones too. So stay tuned, everyone.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye. Let's see. Where is our... See? I get excited about stuff and I misplace things, people. Hang on a second. There we go. I was trying to get the food cam to go on. So, let's see. There we go. Can we see it? All right, there we go. I got the food cam to go on. As you know, I finally got it to work the last few weeks, and I'm so happy for season 2 that we have the food cam. Now, as promised, February is going to be all things chocolate. Savory, sweet, and in between. Now, I thought we would start with, we had our drink to keep us warm on our nice cold nights. I mean, it's pretty much been cold every part of the country, whether it's been in the north or the south or in New England. I mean, even the plain states, everywhere it's been cold from one end of the country to the other. So a nice hot cocoa with a little extra kick is always good. So I thought, let's start with the most important thing that we need to start with to put chocolate in our bodies. What about putting it in our breakfast? What about a muffin? Although sometimes I think making chocolate muffins is kind of like having a, how should I put it? Like making like an excuse to eat like breakfast chocolate for breakfast, but I'm doing it with cacao. So cacao is much better for you. Like I mentioned in the show, like we made the hot cocoa with the cacao, and it's the raw version of cocoa powder. It's unprocessed. And it has the flavonoids and their nutrients that everybody loves. And they help you lower your blood pressure and improve your blood flow. I'm going to get going on these muffins while we keep talking. Don't worry. So I have roughly a cup and a half of, I have my notes and my recipe here, so I want to make sure that I, get it right. I have a cup and a half of flour, and we're going to put in our lovely half a cup of cacao powder, and we're going to mix it in. Now, we're always starting with the dry ingredients. We want to make sure our dry ingredients are mixed in and keep everything good. Now, I have baking soda, baking powder, and salt. Alrighty. And we're going to mix that up. Now, when you're mixing a batter and you're getting all the dry ingredients together, you want to definitely make sure it's all throughout and that it's thoroughly mixed. Now, the best part about this is there's potassium in cacao powder, believe it or not. And it's a great disease, and it reduces risk of disease and inflammation in the body, and it helps the stress in our cells. And it can also help with, like, if you have this time of year, seasonal depression's a thing and it's a problem. And the cacao actually helps us lower our depression and lower our blood pressure and keep us nice and calm. It's not like processed chocolate unless you put a ton of sugar in this, it's not going to skyrocket everything for us. It's going to help keep us nice and calm. And like I said, inflammation, if you have arthritis or any of those joint pains, this can help. It's not a cure-all, but it's a help if you add some into your diet. All right, so it's nice, well and mixed in here in our nice pretty red bowl. I got red everything today since it is Valentine's Day. I mean, I know red are my business colors for Bella Foodie, but still, I like the red. All right, now I'm going to make a little well in the center as I'm getting flour on myself. And I'm going to melt the coconut oil. I'm going to put it in my microwave and melt my coconut oil. Alrighty. Now, we're going to be putting in about a quarter cup of coconut oil. And coconut oil is good for us. It's a healthy fat. We want those healthy fats. We want to do all the things that help. It helps protect our liver. It's immune support, which it's winter. Let's face it. COVID's not the only thing going around. The flu is going around. There's stomach things going around. There's nasty head colds going around. We want to make sure we are protected from everything. So why not make sure we have all those health fighters in our diet? Now, the thing about coconut oil, there's actually a really cool thing about it. Now, I know so many people that love all natural makeup and things like that, and I have some as well. I haven't quite made the switch to getting everything I own 100% green beauty yet, but I'm working on it. And coconut oil is actually good, ladies, if you want to remove your makeup. So you can keep a jar in the kitchen and a jar underneath your medicine cabinet to help you remove makeup. Completely easy, safe, no chemicals, no alcohols, nothing. Ooh, there we go. All right. So we have our coconut oil, and that's great because the thing about coconut oil is it's antiviral, antifungal. It's amazing. So if you could just go to the grocery store and use some for both. But I do recommend keeping separate ones for the stuff you eat and the stuff you do your makeup. Probably not the best idea. So I'm going to add in the vanilla. Trying not to spill. Because let's face it, I spill all the time. And we have some applesauce. Applesauce is going to help make it moist and become a binder. I have unsweetened natural applesauce, no cinnamon, no anything. Although a great pinch of cinnamon in this recipe would be great if you're into that. Another great anti-inflammatory. Now we have 2 eggs, but if you like flax egg or any other egg replacement, you're more than welcome to. I like to add the eggs last because then once you start adding this in, it'll help start cool off the batter. I don't want them to scramble since we just heated up our coconut oil. Let's mix that in there. Nice we go. All right. Now we're going to add in our eggs. Make sure you break up the yolks before you start mixing them in really well. Now, I have here my other measuring cup. I have a half a cup of almond milk because that's my milk of choice. But you can use whatever other non-dairy milk that you like. And you can we have some maple syrup for sweetness and for sugar. I love maple syrup as a sweetener. Now, here's the thing. You can use maple syrup. You can spray this to help it come out or anything sticky with some cooking spray. Or sometimes I put in something sticky with the oil I have to measure out. I'll put in maple syrup or peanut butter or nut butter or honey, anything sticky. You can just spray whatever you're measuring it with and it'll come out so much easier. All right, so we're going to give it a nice healthy stir. The batter is kind of gooey and this is going to become rich and delicious. Oh, how much I love this stuff. So it's going to go into a 350 oven, which, let's face it, 350 is the universal baking time. So if you're ever not sure about a recipe or you forget, 350 is universal baking time. So, I mean, yes, some things cook out more or less at that temperature. But if you want, it's a great thing to do. All right, let's move this all out of here. We have a nice, rich, thick batter. And make sure when you're mixing stuff together, you get straight from the bottom and you fold it over, because you can have unmixed batter at the bottom and you don't want that. All right, perfect. Oh, I have vanilla all over this. All right, here's the fun part. Chocolate chips. I just found these. They're from Hue Kitchen and they're great. They're only sweetened with date syrup and cacao. They're awesome. Yeah, just testing them out. Gotta test the product, right, people? I'm gonna hold some back to decorate the tops of the muffins. Oh, nice and rich and chocolatey flavor. I'll add a little more in. I only need about a tablespoon or so to help decorate the tops. So I'm gonna mix this up, fold it in throughout. If you're worried about anything ever sinking in a batter, like fruit always sinks to the batter, not like chocolate chips. Toss it with a little flour and it almost suspends it into the batter. So I have my baking thing here. I have the cups. Now I have these. I've shown these one other time on air. These are actually silicone liners. They go right in the dishwasher. They're perfect. I love them. They come in so many great. The whole thing comes in different colors. I love it. It's a set of 12. It's perfect to do. Now, I'm going to measure this out with a 1/4 cup measure. Or if you have a big enough scoop that's a 1/4 cup. I don't. Mine are mostly smaller for cookies. So you can use that. But I'm going to use 1/4 cup measure. Now, when you're measuring out something like muffins or something, you want to go like this on the side of the bowl, so you can make sure you're getting an even scoop and not a heaping one. So we're going to go like that and just keep going until you get, some's going to go down the side no matter what you do. And you just keep measuring it out. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to do for the topping. I'm going to put like 3 or 4 in here and then I'll show you. Oh, these are going to be so good and rich and gooey and delicious. What are your favorite kind of chocolates? Anybody got any favorite kind of chocolates out there? Anyone? Maybe? No? Nobody wants to share it to me? All right. So what you do, we're going to put these right here in front of the camera. You just sprinkle a few on top. Enough to give it a nice little decorative touch, so people know what's inside. Perfect. And just keep going. And you can also, if you really wanted to make it super chocolatey, I suppose you could put more on there, but this is good. Alrighty. I'm going to keep going until they get all out. We'll be right back with a message from our sponsor, and I'll get these in the oven and show you what they look like. Alrighty. We are just getting the final touches onto our lovely muffins. and we are going to get them in to the oven. Now they bake about 20 to 22 minutes. Very easy. Sprinkle over top. It's going to make about a dozen, but I'm a little bit behind at the moment, so I'm going to get them in. Now, I want to talk to you guys about our guests. Wasn't she wonderful sharing about it? I know typically I don't have guests that just own the company. They always have to have something. But they were kind enough to come on and share their story because, you know, things happen. Like our fabulous guest, Gina, was under the weather today. So we are going to put these in. Make sure you always put it in the middle rack. You never want to put it at the top of your oven. Always on the middle. And they're going to bake for about 20 minutes until we get some ooey gooey goodness going. Now, let's remove this. The food can. There we go. We're just seeing me. Okay. So, what do you guys want to see for the rest of chocolate month? I have some recipes planned, but I got some more too if you guys want to hear. I want to know what you guys think, what you're feeling. I'll share the picture of the recipe on my Instagram tonight at BellaFoodie7, and we will see what they look like. Now, as things are coming around, Valentine's Day is in another week and a half or so. So think maybe the Keysocks would be wonderful to give to someone for whoever it is that, like, you know, is hard to buy for, or a sister or mother. They'd be a great thing. We also have some other friends of the show that would be great for gift certificates to places like Reset Fitness here in New England. Our friend Fiona, who's a friend of the show, that has Champagne Rendezvous. These are all wonderful things. And if you don't want to spend money this year, that's great. And I know things are tight and the grocery bills are tight. That's actually kind of what I want to talk about what we're making here. These are actually very cheap to make. Like, they're very few ingredients, very few things. I do go online to shop some things. There are some online grocery stores, and I will put them up in my Instagram stories for you guys to check things out to save a little money. But think about it as baking. Baking is something for love. I can package these up and give them to my neighbors or one of my friends or things like that. It's also a good way to save money. But we'll be sharing some tips over the next few weeks or so about saving money in the kitchen as well, because I know it's on everyone's minds. That's the messages I get a lot from everyone. So let's enjoy chocolate month. Let's enjoy each other. Let's remember to love each other and be kind, and we'll enjoy chocolate month together. Now, everyone, I want you guys to have a good night and to share and enjoy the chocolate. And don't forget, go to our Instagram stories. And if you like what you see, don't forget to subscribe.